Gold. To most men, it was just wealth, a means to live, to rule, or to retire. But to a pirate, gold was something else entirely. It was power. Not because of what it could buy, but because of what it could command. Pirates didn't just steal gold, they'd used it. They turned it into a weapon sharper than any cutlass, stronger than any cannon. Because at sea, gold could decide who lived and who was thrown overboard. The economy of fear. Every pirate crew was built on a strange kind of democracy. The captain didn't rule by title, but by trust. But trust is a fragile thing on a ship full of killers. So captains learned a secret that kings already knew. Gold could buy loyalty faster than any speech. The distribution of treasure wasn't random. It was a strategy. The quartermaster, the man responsible for dividing the loot, held nearly as much power as the captain himself. A single miscounted coin could spark a mutiny, but when done right, gold created order out of chaos. Every man got a share, from the youngest deckhand to the fiercest gunner, but not equally. Those who fought bravely got more. Those who showed cowardice got nothing but salt. This wasn't just fairness, it was control. By letting the men believe they were earning their gold, not being handed it, the captain made them fight harder, sail longer, and bleed willingly. They weren't serving a master, they were serving the promise of reward. The glittering bait. Some pirate captains used gold like a fisherman uses bait. They tossed coins into the sea after a raid, letting them sink slowly in the clear Caribbean water. The men would watch, jaws clenched, knowing that the ocean had just swallowed a fortune. It was a lesson, a cruel one. The captain would say, "Gold means nothing if the sea takes it. So obey me, and we keep it. Disobey, and the ocean keeps you." Other times, gold was used to tempt enemies. Pirates would board a captured ship and toss coins onto the deck, taunting the terrified crew. Then they ask one question: is your captain worth dying for? It worked more often than you'd think. Greed was universal, and no navy could train a man to ignore the gleam of gold when his life hung in the balance. The secret treasury, not all gold was divided. Some of it was hidden, intentionally. Most pirate ships had what they called a shadow chest, a secret reserve of treasure kept apart from the official haul. It wasn't just for emergencies, it was leverage. When discipline began to crack or rumors of mutiny spread, the captain would reveal part of the hidden stash, reminding the crew that there was always more to gain if they stayed loyal. Historians later called it psychological banking. The pirates called it keeping men hungry. Even the promise of buried gold, a myth, a rumor, a whispered map, could keep a ship united for months. Because out there on the endless sea, gold wasn't just metal, it was belief. The price of betrayal. Pirate justice was swift, brutal, and often golden. When a man stole from his crewmates, he wasn't just punished, he was marked. Some were branded with a coin heated red hot, pressed against their skin so the imprint would scar forever. Others were forced to swallow molten gold, a legend historians once dismissed as myth, until divers found skeletal remains off Hispaniola with melted traces of gold inside the jawbone. It was more than cruelty, it was symbolism. The message was clear: let the gold you crave be the thing that kills you. On a pirate ship, greed wasn't condemned, it was harnessed. But betrayal was the one currency that no one could afford. The Golden Throne. A few captains rose above mere plunderers. They became kings of the sea, not by ruling nations, but by controlling men's desires. Bartholomew Roberts, known as Black Bart, distributed his treasure with mathematical precision. Every man knew his share, every cut was fair, and in return, his crew fought like demons. They didn't follow him out of fear, they followed him out of profit. Others, like Edward Teach, Blackbeard himself, understood a darker truth. He didn't hoard gold to spend it. He hoarded it to make others desperate for it. His crew once went 3 months without payment. Then, on the night before a massive raid, he dumped chests of gold and silver across the deck, laughing. "Take what you can carry," he said, "but remember, when it's gone, so am I." The next day, his men fought with a madness no navy could match. Because to lose the captain meant to lose the gold. That was the weapon. Not the treasure itself, but the illusion of it. Gold in the hands of a pirate was never just metal. It was manipulation, faith, and fear melted together, a shining lie that kept ships afloat and men obedient. It was the heartbeat of piracy. And every time the sun hit those stolen coins, it reminded them of the one thing every pirate feared most, that one day the sea would claim it all back. But there's one more truth the world forgets. Pirates didn't just hoard gold for themselves. They used it to shape destiny. When they buried their treasure, they weren't hiding it. They were planting it. Every chest in the sand was a message to the future, a silent promise that one day someone would come searching. And in that search, the spirit of piracy would live again. Because pirates understood something empires never did. Stories last longer than kingdoms. A gold coin rusts, but a legend never does. The psychology of power. On land, gold meant civilization, crowns, trade, empires built from coins stamped with kings' faces. But at sea, gold had no owner. No church to sanctify it. No laws to limit it. No borders to cage it. When a pirate held a coin, he held a piece of rebellion, a symbol that no crown, no god, and no governor could decide his worth. That's why pirates wore gold on their bodies, in earrings, necklaces, and rings, not just for vanity, but as defiance. Every glint of metal said, "I am my own master." The empires feared this more than their raids. Because when men stop believing that gold belongs to kings, the idea of kings begins to crumble. The gold that never existed. Historians say more than 80% of all pirate treasure was never found, because most of it never existed. The pirates themselves invented myths of hidden chests, cursed islands, and secret maps to keep their enemies busy chasing ghosts. They called it ghost gold. Navies wasted years searching for it. Colonies were founded near rumored pirate shores. Whole expeditions disappeared trying to uncover a treasure that had never been buried. It was the greatest con of the age, pirates controlling the minds of empires long after their ships had sunk. And maybe that was their final victory, the curse of the Trinine. But gold doesn't just control the living, it haunts them. Divers, explorers, and treasure hunters through the centuries have died chasing pirate wealth. Ships swallowed by storms, expeditions lost without a trace. Some claim they saw glowing lights under the water, others heard drums echoing through the deep. Even now, modern sonar sometimes catches strange shapes buried beneath coral, too symmetrical to be rock, too deliberate to be nature. But when they return to the same spot weeks later, it's gone. Like the sea itself doesn't want to let go. It's as if the ocean still protects the pirate's gold, not because of its value, but because of its curse. Maybe the curse isn't supernatural. Maybe it's human. A hunger that devours reason, loyalty, and life. The same hunger that built empires and destroyed them. Pirates just understood it first. The immortal lie. There's an old sailor's saying, "Gold bought from the sea belongs to the sea." It means no treasure taken from the depths stays on land for long. Somehow in time, it always returns, through storms, shipwrecks, or greed. And that's the cruel genius of pirate gold. Even when they were gone, it still worked its magic. It still made men fight, kill, and betray, long after the pirates themselves had turned to dust. That's what made their treasure immortal. They didn't need to survive. Their idea did. The idea that freedom could be bought, that rebellion could be minted, and that power could fit in the palm of your hand.